what's up,
Oh,
Felix? What you doing, man?
oh, hey, I'm just on this payphone. I'm trying to contact the embassy of, whatever country we come from in this lore.
Where the fuck did you find the money for that, though?
Oh, you remember Modeling Weekly?
No, I
Yeah,
don't.
well, you guys, no. Well, maybe Etta remembers it.
I
But,
do. I remember modeling weekly. Yeah, Paul's memory
what?
fails him sometimes.
Yeah, well,
He was not
while
that
you
long
guys were
ago. He walked
talking
off
to him,
into
I
the
just kind
desert.
of took his wallet.
Oh,
Oh,
nice.
finally a
And
good news.
the 20 cents that we actually paid him, he just took it right back.
Yeah, took it right back, and now I'm
That's
on
awesome.
the
How's it
embassy. I'm
going?
on the
Yeah.
phone. Well, I didn't even know it was possible, but they put me on hold.
The
Really?
embassy has put you on hold?
They put me on hold. It's been 45 minutes. I'm sure I'll be fine eventually.
Oh,
Huh.
that's where
So,
you were. Yeah, we were looking for you, man. Okay.
yeah, so
We couldn't find any more
overall,
food.
overall,
We
you didn't find more food.
Yeah,
It's fine. I've started
we
eating my
raided
emotions.
I know we raided an orphanage, an elderly home. We raided
Jesus
several
Christ.
hospitals. I could not find it. I couldn't find anything that would satisfy my hunger. And Paul just kind of like lazily tagged along. He was
Oh,
horrified the whole time. I'm not sure why, but
I
no,
hope
we
mean,
you
don't
you
have
guys
any
got your
food.
literally
passports because we're
stuffed
gonna.
a whole baby in your mouth.
It wouldn't fit. I tried. Felix, I tried, man, and it just wouldn't fit.
Look, I understand. Honestly, I really do.
Yeah, but that's not the craziest thing that happened to me today.
Yeah, actually,
I had
my day's been really uncharacteristic and normal. What about yours?
Mine was wacky and uncharacteristic, some could say. I almost died, or at least the prospect was there. Like the idea of my death was almost upon me.
I do feel like
Jesus.
you eating babies could kill you. Maybe some people would be unhappy
Yeah, it
with
was
that.
pretty bad.
I mean, I'm pretty
No,
sure they called the police. Did they?
I mean, there's so many sirens going on in whatever city we're on in anyways. I mean, I can't tell the difference between who's coming after us and who's just like
We're gonna have to find out where we are eventually.
Yeah, that probably works. Yeah, that you called the embassy of a country that you don't even know where we are.
No, it's the embassy,
Oh, the
Mhm.
embassy.
of
Like,
our country,
It's
the
the embassy.
Yeah,
It's just
the embassy.
the embassy. Well, that's why they got you on hold, man. It's the embassy. And you
Like
know how
it's
many
yeah.
people are
it's
trying to
the
call
big
the embassy every
embassy.
day? It's the in all capital letters
It's
embassy.
the embassy.
The embassy. It's not the embassy. Not to be confused. It's the embassy, the one and only
The one
embassy.
and only. Yeah,
Stop
well,
Embassy. It's the
Sterling.
embassy.
they said
It's
welcome to the embassy. Please wait. So, oh no.
Please
What
hold.
about your day? What happened?
Yeah, there was a big tornado watch, and so I was on. Okay, so I live very close to where I work, right? And so for lunch, sometimes to save money, I drive back to my apartment and eat here at my apartment.
You
And so
got
I
time
came
for
back for
this?
lunch. I do, yeah. We have an hour lunch. So I live very close to my work, like literally like a 5-minute drive. Honestly, it's no wonder I don't take the bus because I also live right next to a bus stop. I'm in the city, anyway. Or I don't walk to work. Maybe that would suck. Actually, it would be like a 20-minute walk. That wouldn't be fun. But no. Anyway, so yeah, I come back to work sometimes to eat, and while I was here, I was about to go back. Like my hour was up, and I was like, oh, time to head home. And then my phones went off with the freaking like National Weather Service alert, like the beep beep beep, and I was like, uh-oh, and it was tornado warning in effect right now, and it was the big one that had in all capital letters like take shelter right now, stay away from windows, get in your basement, like shit's about to go down. And I was like, oh damn. As if that wasn't enough, fucking air raid sirens started going off here in the city. And I was like, oh my god, this is
Wait a
real.
minute.
I was like, hold on a minute. Maybe
Can I
they're just
stop you
disguising
there?
this as the nuke, but it's the Hawaii missile crisis all over again.
Did you not like see any form of weather or any tornado or anything? Because I believe it happened, but
I didn't see nothing. It was raining and it was like a tad windy, but it was definitely raining and it was like very cloudy and dark, but it wasn't like raining or sorry, it was raining, but there wasn't like any crazy wind or anything.
So I guess by your experience, it's like hard to see it before it like gets really close.
Oh, it's a tornado.
Which
a
must be
rain
really
wrapped
terrifying.
Tornado. Those are
yeah,
usually
but I don't know.
Rain wrapped must be like when it's rain wrapped, it's actually like awful for sure.
I mean, these ones.
Yeah, I don't know. I was just
super
always
big.
You're always like
Yeah.
busy not dying, mainstream
Yeah,
shit.
I'm fucking scared to death of storms. That's one of the few like childhood fears that I've never really gotten over. Like
Really?
it's one of those like
I'm
yeah,
the
like those
polar
those
opposite.
irrational childhood fears that like I guess when I was a kid, I used to be like genuinely scared of like even rain. Like even if it would rain, I would get really scared and nervous because I was always scared that like the wind would knock a tree over and land in our house or anything like that. So if anything like a tornado, like the windier, whatever weather effect it was, the windier it was, the more scared I got. So like tornadoes were like my absolute worst nightmare.
It's
And
actually
even today,
funny
I've always
although I've
been
been able to conquer most
fascinated by
fears,
tornadoes. I've always been fascinated.
they're fucking stupid.
They're
They're just like
fucking
hot air and cold air, and they're like, ooh, look
they're
at me, I
they're the
spin.
most
Yeah, but
powerful winds on earth. And
no
like
hurricanes.
Don't
no,
hurricanes? What
no.
about hurricanes?
Oh, it
Hurricanes
depends.
last longer, but they have and the wind is more, sporadic. But the tornado can record the highest wind point. Like
Hurricane, more like hurricane.
I got him.
I'm gonna look it up right now.
It's
F5.
it's actually really funny because I'm the polar opposite. Like I love storms, I love rain. I'm one like if there's a thunderstorm, I'm at my window looking
Yeah,
for
no.
lightning.
Nope.
And
Yeah,
your
me too.
fear of a tree falling on the house actually happened to me.
Oh God, no, I could
Really?
never.
At 100%. I think Paul here has been to my
Did you
house.
die?
Yeah, I've been
No,
to your
actually.
house.
Yeah, you see like the layout of windows behind my computer.
Yeah.
I heard a big smash. I looked at my window and there was just a tree there in the way.
Well, how'd that get there?
right.
Well, hoppity
Well,
dang,
Ed up.
ding dang.
Ed up.
That's a tree.
How did
It's
that
closer
happen?
than usual.
All right, guys. I have the National Weather Service Fujita scale, which is like the most accurate one. An
Nerd.
F0 tornado, which is intensity
Nerd.
phrase gale tornado, 40 to 72 miles an hour. And F1 would be 73 to 112. F2, 113 to 157. F3, 158 to 06. F4, 207 to 060. And then F5, incredible tornado, 261 to 318 miles an hour.
I'll be honest,
Jesus
I didn't pay attention, but that's
Christ!
pretty cool.
Wow. I was trying to follow along based on how fast I could go in my car, and after F3 or whatever it was, I was like, oh, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm out.
And
See
compared
ya.
to like
Yeah, I can't beat that.
strongest hurricane winds.
300 miles an hour. Oh, wasn't there? Didn't Top Gear do a bit where they drove a car at 300 miles an hour?
Oh,
And like they literally like shat their pants. They
and
were
like
terrified.
the
Which
maximum
that would be very scary.
the maximum sustained winds of 119 miles an hour, which is 310 kilometers an hour, for many years was thought that Hurricane Camille, like the strongest wind ever recorded for a hurricane, was 190 miles an hour. A tornado is like almost twice as powerful.
Yeah, but it's much more concentrated.
Yeah, it's much more. It's much smaller. And that's the
Tornadoes are
thing.
cool. Nature is cool.
It's like you can have a
No.
if you
Yes.
guys want a channel who makes like superb tornado videos. He's a photograph for tornadoes. It's Picos Anks on YouTube, and he explains very
I literally thought you were about to say Pickless Cage. I no joke. Guys, that's my fault. I'm put my hand up. All podcast listeners, you can bat me for this one. I literally thought you were about to say Pickless Cage. That's my fault. I'm sorry. That's my
That's
fault.
something he would do 100%.
That's my fault. Sorry about that, guys.
Pecos
Continue.
Hanks, like he's a photograph, and he explains.
I thought you were about to say it again.
Shut the fuck
Stop
up!
saying his name.
I'm trying to be emotional again, okay?
Damn it.
First thing that
I'll
comes
do
to
it
my head.
for him. Pickles Hank, I think you said, and
That was even worse.
He's
That
a-
was worse.
yeah, I know.
That was even worse.
So yeah,
I
he explains.
I said it
He
off memory,
explains that
but
like
he chases tornadoes.
tornadoes.
I'm cutting you off just for fun.
Yeah, I know because you like.
We have a
cutting
real
me off.
problem about talking over each other. We
Yeah,
tend to
really.
do it a lot. Oh,
Yeah, but it's funny.
I'm okay.
So basically, he explains that a tornado that can have like 360 miles an hour wind can be considered an
Mhm,
F0 because it just lands in rural areas where there's basically nothing. So you can have
Mhm,
a F0 extremely powerful. But
But no one's there to see it.
yeah, well, some people are here to see.
If a
it
tree
because-
If a tree falls in the woods at 300 miles an hour, but nobody's there to hear it, did it happen?
Tan,
question.
tan,
We'd have to
tan.
go see, and I'm too lazy, so it didn't.
Yeah.
Like, have you?
If-
You've probably seen pictures of like forks or knives planted into trees after a tornado. They become missiles.
I haven't.
I have zero sense of object permanence. If something is not within my immediate field of view, it does not exist. I don't have siblings. I don't have parents. I can't see them. I don't know where they
Sometimes
are.
I
They
wish
don't
I could
exist.
live like that. Like if I don't see it, it doesn't
Ah.
exist.
Literally
That's
out of
a
sight, out of
really
mind.
weird thing to wish for. I don't know.
What would life be like that if you genuinely lived it that way? That would be crazy. That would be weird.
It's
I feel
called
like that'd be confusing
Alzheimer's.
because you would constantly have things pop in and
That's
out of
not
your
It's
like.
just called
Alzheimer's at all.
Alzheimer's. Well, I mean,
That
No, I don't
really
think
isn't.
so. We're not
What
talking
are
about
you
this again.
guys
Never mind. Hold
talking
on.
about?
We need to get sidetracked. We're not talking about Alzheimer's again. What are some childhood fears that you guys have actually successfully been able to conquer? Because even me with storms, like I'm better with it. I'm a lot better with it now. But like if it's raining and it's pretty windy, like the last place I want to be is outside on the porch. Like
oh
I
my
retreat.
god.
I go in my
Felix and
my
I
room
would probably when you
time.
come over.
I do not like the sound.
Like, what's probably gonna happen is if there's
Speak
a
up.
storm when you
Say it
come
slowly.
over, there's gonna be Felix and I on the porch looking outside, looking at the storm, looking at the wind and everything. Meanwhile, you're just inside in the bathroom
Yeah,
crying for
no.
your mom.
Yeah.
Oh, I love
No,
He's gonna
I
be calling the
seriously
embassy
do
to
not.
go home.
The sound of rain pitter-pattering on like windows and the rooftops and stuff gives me anxiety. I don't like it.
Really?
It makes me feel very anxious. Yeah. I don't like it.
Oh,
It makes me very uncomfortable.
I love it.
Yeah.
It's so
No.
relaxing.
That's why I love the snow, because the snow is, if you ever go outside when it's snowing, literal dead silence. Literally no
Yeah.
sound. There's no animals chirping, there's no cars driving, there's no people walking. You can't hear the sound of the snow hitting the floor. When it's like heavy snow and you walk outside, it's
Oh,
like it's the most peaceful, it's
literal
the most
silence.
therapeutic thing. It's dead silence and I love that so much.
I have
It's beautiful.
I have profound memories of like waiting for the bus in the
Yeah.
morning in that kind of setting,
Oh.
and I was looking away, and it turned up in my face. I've never heard it.
Yeah,
Like,
dude. I have
I
such good memories of
love
snowing at
that.
night when you're out on the streets in a neighborhood and the only light is like the occasional yellow street lamp and you're just sitting under a street lamp and that yellow ring around you and you look out and it's just dark, covered in a blanket of white, and you just can't hear, there's no noise, you can't hear anything. That's genuine. I could fucking meditate. That's genuinely therapeutic to me. Like sitting out in the snow, and I love the cold too. So just the feeling of the freezing cold on your hands and your face. I love the snow. I love the snow, hate the rain. But that was a long embedded childhood fear that I just couldn't get over. That one, sort of my fear of the dark, not really. I don't really think I'm not afraid of the dark as much as I was when I was a kid, and not for the same reason. The dark just makes me uncomfortable. 'Cause
Yes,
I just don't know.
I've got to
You
admit,
just
I
don't
agree.
know, you know? It's weird. It's like a natural, it's like a baked in thing.
So I don't
Like,
get
you just
people
don't
that
know.
Speaking of
play
the
the
dark.
computer. Oh, go for it.
No, well, I mean,
But it sounded like you were onto something
I
there,
would
Paul,
be getting
but-
sidetracked. So
All
go
right,
ahead.
Yeah, it
okay.
sounded like you were.
I'll
Sounded
sidetrack
like
this
you were
after.
about to be passionate about whatever
Okay.
it is you were.
Yeah, I'm
talking
getting
about.
emotional again.
Go
You
for
know,
it.
like talking about the dark and everything. I don't get people who like to play on the computer late in the night with the lights off. I don't like it. I just like my lights.
I've only been able to do that. I agree. I've only been able to handle that now that I have my LEDs behind. Like I played the
Well, I
FNAF
mean,
stream in the dark.
Yeah, I
Now
mean,
that I have
there's lights.
LEDs that surround behind
there's
me,
still
that
light
works.
and everything, so you can see around
Because I can
you.
set a mood.
Do you guys
But
Do
I
you guys
agree.
hate it because you think the dark there could be something lurking behind
So
you?
if
or
it's
That-
like
that's
pitch
exactly
is it
black,
just
yes.
light hurt eyes?
Yeah.
What?
If it's like pitch black,
Gotta
yes.
admit, I
If it's
don't
just
really
dark, but you can
have
see a little
that.
bit, it's not that bad. I don't like gaming in the dark because it just feels so lonely and sad.
Yeah.
When you have the lights on, it just feels like there's just like, it feels like the less depressing of I've been playing video games for 6 straight hours, and it feels more like, oh, I'm just on my computer.
No, but
You know, but when you turn the lights off, you suddenly have that realization of like, fuck, like what kind of troll? What am I? Who
no,
am I?
that's my thing. Like I love walking in forests, but Felix, you can't tell. You
Oh, you
haven't
hate
tested
You hate
during
it.
the
I was-
night.
It's funny because
Yeah,
when
tell the
you
story.
said
Tell
go-
the story.
I told you to go ahead, but I was actually gonna tell that story because it's the best thing that I ever did in my entire life.
Okay,
I
Ben,
am not
like, no,
sorry.
just to put you in context.
You
Wow,
were
this
I
is the
hate-
best thing
you
he's
were
ever
ready
I
done.
to
no,
kill.
no, 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 like I'm just gonna put in context. You tell the rest of the story, okay? I hate forests at night. I hate
Hog.
it. I just cannot walk in the forest during the night.
Plenty of reason to.
No, but like, not even the fear of having Slenderman right behind me. Just like
Oh,
a
okay.
raccoon. I see a raccoon right beside me during the day. Fine, okay, whatever. Fuck off.
Yeah. Those
During
little
the
fuckers are
night,
mischievous.
I'm gonna fuck off.
They get up to something, yeah. They're
Yeah.
up
So
to
yeah,
something in the dark.
you've got that thing going.
Little fellas
and
are
now,
dangerous.
to put us in context, we were in a trip somewhere, and we were living right next to. Essentially, we were living on a hill, and there's a cliff on the side of the hill, and you've got to go through like 5 minutes of forest walk to get there,
Yeah.
and the view is amazing. It's insane. We like often woke up and go like look there,
Play
eat
cards.
breakfast there or something, play cards there,
And
and
well,
it's great.
it was during an air show, so you can actually see aircrafts fly by.
Yeah, we were going to see an air show, so you were seeing aircraft come in and out. We saw F-35 flying around, and so eventually, I think Paul actually casted the idea out, but I was totally in it. You want to go see what it looks like in the dark? And I
Like,
said,
just
yes,
to see
sure
the
thing.
city
I would
lights.
love to.
Just to see the city
Yeah.
lights.
Yeah, so we went ahead and did that. And so we were walking around, and then Paul reveals me, I hate this. This sucks. I feel like I'm being watched. I hate forests at dark. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm there for you. It's chill.
Strong enough
we
to have
get there.
everything you want, too weak to take it, eh, Paul?
Yeah. So yeah, like I'm here for you. And we only had like
Aw.
cell phone flashlights.
Nice. The most spooky flashlight you could have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the
So-
fucking worst. They're disgusting.
They
He's
don't
walking
have
around,
they
he's
don't have
talking
far
about
reach.
how-
Phone flashlights have a wide arc, but they don't reach very far. That's what
Yeah,
makes them
true.
spooky. Sorry,
So
continue.
we're walking around. Paul's talking about how he's only imagining ghost tape number 10 in his head. And
Mhm. Fair.
And so we get there, and he's like, "Wow, that looks nice." And Paul, like, you can see he's anxious and stuff, and he goes,
I actually
Okay, let's
started
go now.
sweating.
Let's go
I,
home.
I was
Yeah.
sweating.
"All right, let's go home now. Let's go home." So, all right, he walks forwards, and eventually he finds a nice big stick, a sturdy one, and he picks it up, a blunt weapon, just in
Yeah.
case. So, and I'm behind him, and I find this rock on the ground, a pretty big rock, like palm of your hand
Oh.
rock.
Yeah.
And all around, it's essentially like kind of a dirt quad trail kind of. There's
Yeah.
like small vegetation, like foot high, all around it. So I get this horrible but excellent idea.
Yeah, I can already see where this is
That's
going.
So yeah, he stops for a bit. Look at me. I hide the rock behind my back, and we keep walking. And then I throw the rock into the bushes. It just rustles around. I'm telling you, I saw this in 4K. Nobody else did. Paul turned around.
This was crisp UHD
Yeah,
in this man's eyes.
the Hubble telescope was less crisp than what I've seen. I've
Yeah.
seen Paul turn around, stake high, the terror in his face. He was holding the stick. He was ready to kill. He was not going down without a fight. He was ready to
Gripping it like
fight
his
for
fucking life depended on it. Yeah.
Yeah. And then he just said, "What the fuck was that?" I was like, I kind of tried to play into it. Like, I don't know, man. Probably just an animal.
Yeah. Play it.
And
down.
then he bolted. He started running as
He was
fast
out
as
of there.
I was hearing his footsteps, and I think he just like could be using bolt or something. He bolted out of there, and I was like kind of jogging behind, laughing so hard.
That's
And then
awesome.
he found out it was me, and he was really angry at me. And this is and any
you
story
ruined,
that
you ruined the perfect trip to the nice spots, the city lights.
no, we went there, we saw it, and on the way back,
It was on the way back.
on the way
Gotcha.
back,
That's funny.
And the funny
Yeah,
it's so good.
and the funny thing is that there's no exaggeration. That's literally what happened. Like
You
word for
admit
word
to,
what happened.
your weakest moment.
Oh
You
man.
froze for a solid
I,
like
I,
3 to
I
5
was
seconds.
my hands, the
with
palm of
that
my hands
stick.
was sweating profusely. I was no, fuck that.
Yeah.
I have that image of like that Hubble telescope image ingrained in my face of your face.
Picture. It's like the
You
picture of the first
freezing
black hole.
for 3 to 5 seconds as you hold that stick, and I think like if you smashed that stick against a tree, you'd chop the tree. That's how fucking hard you were holding it.
Wow. You grip it with both hands, just like ready to
Only
fucking
to see.
swing off.
only to see the exact opposite as you turned around and ran for your life.
I have a similar story of me and a bunch of my friends are having a party at my house, or back when I lived with my parents. And you're young, you get us some stuff. We all had a couple drinks, not to incriminate myself or anything on the internet, but we had a lot of fun. And so we had this fun idea of back in the neighborhood I used to live in. We were very close to the James River, and the neighborhood had a place where you could like take your kayaks or little boats and stuff and drop them into the water.
Nothing like it.
Yeah. And you could sit on the edge and stare down at the river. It had some some hiking trails and biking trails and stuff. It was pretty cool. It was a nice little park. And they had the funny idea of this was like 1 a.m. by the way, like 1 a.m., 1:30 a.m. or some shit, like late at night / early in the morning, depending on your perspective. And they had the idea of like, yo, like let's go down to the park and let's just fucking like do that. I think it was just a thing where I have one of those friends who I don't know if any of you guys know a guy like this, but I have a friend who he's one of those guys where every time he gets drunk, he wants to fight somebody, or he wants to just like go out and do something. Not fight as in like he wants to kick someone's ass genuinely, but like he's a big dude, very athletic, so he wants to wrestle.
He enjoys the
every single time, every single time he's like, I need to wrestle somebody, and he doesn't mean to hurt. He's not an asshole. He's not a mean guy. It's just he just needs to get the energy out of his body or some shit. I don't know. Every single time we get together, he gets drunk, and he's like, I need to wrestle somebody. But he was the one who's like, I want to get out. Like, I want to get out and walk. Because it was a good, like, 10-minute walk over to the park. So he was like, let's go walk all the way out there. So it's like 1:30 in the morning. And obviously to get there, you kind of have to go through. There's a point where the road ends. It's like a 5-minute walk of road. And then you get to like the edge of the neighborhood and there's like a gate. And when the gate opens, it's like dirt path / like footpaths and stuff through the woods at night.
Some big phasmophobia vibes.
Yeah. And so we walk all the way out there and we get to the park. And no, like the park has a parking lot. Like we're still walking on tarmac. But we're there and all of a sudden everyone starts getting cold feet. Everyone starts hearing noise. It's a whole group, all of us. It's like 6 of us, I think. And everyone starts like their thing, like, dude, I'm hearing shit in the woods. Like, hold on, like, wait, did you guys hear that? Or like, yo, wait a minute. Like, because we're like walking next to the woods basically in the parking lot. And they kept darting their eyes around and stopping. And all of a sudden they were just like, yo, I don't want to do this anymore, man. Like, I don't want to do this. And I'm just like, come on. I turn around to them, like, come on, guys. You fucking bunch of pussies. It's funny, too, because I'm known as the guy who is, like, very sensitive about that kind of stuff. I also don't really like, I don't like horror movies either. I get scared by horror movies very easily.
Me too.
Not in the moment. Like, I mean, jump scares will get me, but that's just because it's jump scare, right? Jump scares will get most people. But horror movies in general, in the moment, aren't too scary. I can usually see through it, as long as I keep reminding myself it's a movie. But what horror movies do to me is after the movie, once I go back home, when I go to sleep at night, I'm full of nightmares. Like, that's the shit, and I hate that.
Honestly,
so I always try to avoid horror movies. And you always have those nights with your friends where they're just like, let's just get drunk and watch a horror movie. And I'm always the guy who's like, nope, no horror movies. I'm not doing it because I know what's going to happen to me if that happens. So they've kind of known me as like the pussy kid who can't take horror stuff. So it was an interesting 180 to have all of them start being like, yo, wait a minute. Like, I'm hearing things. Let's go home. It's late at night. Like, we should just go back. And I'm just like, y'all are the ones who wanted to come out here. Like, come on, let's go. Like, stop being pussies. And then they start being like, what if there's cops? Like, what if there's... And I'm like, dude, it's like 1:30 in the morning. Nobody's at the park. So why would there be cops at the park? They're like, dude, like, there's some cars over there. There's some cars. Are they cop cars? Are there people here? What if you get seen by people? And I'm like, dude, I'll walk up to the cars right now and I'll fucking knock on the windows and I'll prove to y'all that there's nobody there. Jesus. And so I did. I walked up the car and just fucking knocked on the windows. I was also liquid courage and all that fun stuff. I knocked on the windows. There was nobody there. It was 2 different cars. I knocked on both windows. Nobody was there. And I walked back to them. They were like all the way on one end of the parking lot. And they forced me to walk all the way across the parking lot to knock on the windows. And I walked back and I'm like, guys, like, there's no one here. And they're like, nah, man, we're going home. And they all just started walking back like, you should come too, man. And I'm like, no, I'm going to stay out here by myself. Like, fuck you. I'll be out here drunk as hell at 1:30 in the morning in the middle of a park. Fuck it.
It's kind of sus considering that you're drunk. I can't get their worry.
I mean, and they were just like, no. Like, they were not having it. And I was trying to call their bluff because I was like, there's no way they're going to go home without me, right? Like, they have to bring me. Like, they are too pussy to stay, but they're also too pussy to leave me here. So I was like, I'm just going to see how far I can bring. Like, what's going to happen? Like, if I just
want to see the world burn.
Yeah, like literally, I was just like, if I plant my feet, like what happens here? Like, how does this end? And slowly but surely, like they just started like slowly walking off, and they're just like, dude, you have to follow us. Like, you can't stay here. We're not gonna leave you here. And I'm like, yeah, but you're walking away. And they're just like, you come with us, dude. Like, stop. And like I was like, nah, I'm gonna be here. And they walked off for like, and there was like a solid 2 minutes where I just stood in the parking lot by myself looking around, and I was like, no, this isn't any fun. And then they came, and then one of them came back and was like, dude, like, come on, you can't be serious. And I was like, yeah, okay, fine. And we all walked back. And then on the way back, they just kept saying, like, I'm hearing shit, dude. Like, we should have gone, or we should have left, or we should not have come out here. And I was like, it was y'all's fucking idea.
What is your?
But I wasn't scared that night for some reason. I wasn't scared at all.
What is your best drunk story, best or worse? You know, in the
No,
in the funny level. Felix,
I
I'm
know
going
what you're
to
coming
force.
with.
Well,
No.
I'm gonna fucking tell it. I'm gonna tell it right
Honestly,
now.
no. Hang on, no. You weren't there, so you don't get to say it.
Well,
And
you're gonna say it.
Keep that one for another podcast. I really
Oh,
do.
come
Big
on!
story of its own.
You
No, you
can't
gotta
do
think
bullets
of
like
viewer.
that.
Funny. I'm trying to think of funny. I have one story that's quite serious, and I have another story that is extremely serious and quite personal, and I'm not going to tell it probably to anyone ever. But I do have. I'm trying to think of funny stories.
Well, I've got a few ones. I've got a few small ones. I haven't got a massive one, but I got a few ones. A good few ones. Because when I get drunk, I get like not personal, but I get very you know, I like touching.
I have a funny story.
I like touching. You know, I'm gonna hug my friend. I'm gonna hug my friend. I'm gonna tell them I love you, man. I love you. I really like that when I get drunk. Okay?
Those are the best. Those are what bring you closer together as friends.
And there was one moment.
And then you hate each other the next day.
And there was one moment we were waiting for the bus. My friend and I we live near each other, so we arrive at like the terminus, and like. Okay, well, I'm gonna take this bus. Bye bye and everything. And this guy, my friend and I, were gonna take the same bus, so we were waiting for it. And I was just like, "Hey, bro, I could totally suck your dick right now." And, and then I immediately realized, like, what the fuck am I saying? I was fucking drunk. I had like 5 pints. I was fucking wasted. I was not here anymore.
I would totally suck your fucking schlong, or I'll eat your meat, bro.
And he was like, "Shut the fuck up!
I don't know if you want to share it, but you did once call me on Discord after coming back from the Sherman video.
Yeah, well,
Sherman video where you drank.
So Hedda, I made a stream once. I think you know. But
I think I've seen it on your channel. Watching a documentary.
Yeah, watching a documentary and getting drunk.
Yeah, and I'd love to do that with y'all one of these days.
Yeah.
That would be fun.
Well, honestly, yeah, it would be cool. Well, when you come over, if you come over.
Yeah, when I come to Canada, yeah.
Yeah. So, basically, it's the only time in my entire life where I actually threw up from alcohol.
Really? Only once?
It's my only time. It's my only time because I drank. It wasn't that strong. It was a maple gin called Leo May. Sorry. Called Leo Mage.
He's still drinking it. He's drinking it right now.
Oh no! I meant if I just sniff that thing, I gag.
Oh, yep, I know exactly that feeling.
I just can't. It's such a good gin. It's an amazing gin. A maple gin, 23% alcohol. It's superb taste, and I got drunk out of it. I threw up because of it, and now I tried to take one shot last time I redid the stream because I wanted to do a part 2. Took the shot, I almost threw it up. I had to fucking force it down. So
I'm gonna have to bring it back
a real bad
next time we drink.
Oh, I still have the bottle. I still have the OG bottle. I still have it.
More for me.
And so yeah, basically I got very drunk. And I called Felix on Discord after stream. Felix, you go. You take it from here.
I mean, I did. You want to tell it? I don't know.
No, you go for it. You go for it.
I think some of you may be acquainted with the hit game Rocket League.
Oh yeah, of course.
I was, of course, just sitting, minding my own business, modifying cars, and I get a call.
As you do.
From Paul. It was kind of late, so I was kind of surprised. But yeah. And he calls me, and I'll be honest, he was slurring like mad. I was instantly thinking, "Oh no, this is a problem."
He's in danger, or is about to be.
Let me hit up the old recording software. Wait, I don't have it.
Oof.
Anyways, so he starts going off like, "Yeah, I'm done with the stream and stuff, and I just called you to tell you that I fucking love you. You're one of my best friends and stuff, and I hope you deserve happiness." Like seriously, I don't get why you're still single, man. I hope you'll find one day. Let me assure you. And he
That's word
keeps
for
on
word the
going up.
stereotypical thing. I've heard those exact words so many times. And I've spoken those exact words so many times.
And I was
That's
like,
awesome. I'm glad to know
I
that's
was being-
universal.
I was being really defensive. How much did you drink? Are you all right?
Yeah.
It's like, bro, maybe you should go to bed or take care of yourself. And he's like, oh man, I want to spend time with you. And I did try to like record his voice while he was doing it, but the clipping thing I used didn't actually capture his voice, which is a
Damn.
shame. Because I really like, my thing that I thought of was, I'm gonna record this and show it to him tomorrow, and
Yeah.
he's gonna be like, he's gonna be completely embarrassed.
That
But
would've been
yeah,
the
and
best.
eventually he just kind of hung up. "Yeah, I should go to bed, man. You deserve the best." And it was just, I don't know.
Aw.
I didn't know how to feel about it. I was like,
What? You should have been honored.
I
You
was
should have been
honored. I was honored,
To
but I
receive
was
compliments from a drunk friend like that, you know
Look,
it's
man,
genuine.
I
That's
was
real.
honored.
Well,
I was honored, but I was also extremely worried because he sounded like he didn't just have one.
Oh no. Oh, of course.
So I was like,
That's
"Bro, is
also
he
how
gonna
you
be
know
alright?"
when they're giving you compliments like that. You know it was not just
Yeah, I don't
one.
deserve
what's the
compliments when he's sober. When he's sober, seriously, when he's sober, it's usually like, "Fuck you, piece of shit,
Yeah.
stupid idiot."
why am I being?
But
Well,
then
that's
he
how you
turns
know.
drunk, and yeah.
That's how you know.
You asked me to. You told me tell the story, and now you're like, "Hey, you want to tell this one?" I was like, "Nah, you want to
Hold
do it?
on a
Nah,
minute.
nah, do it." And now, why
This
are
whole
you
operation was
exposing
your
me?
idea.
Yeah.
And the funny thing is that.
Have you ever played?
Oh yeah. You had a story about being drunk and everything. You just had one.
I've got a couple. I'm trying to think of funny stories. I was gonna ask though quickly. Have any of you guys ever played a video game drunk?
I hate it. I hate
Yes. Somewhat. Not like I was feeling something, but not like far gone yet.
Yeah, I think
But
I
I
have. I
have-
still have the footage on my computer. I played Foxhole drunk once
it.
because I was with with my Foxhole clan, and they were like, "Fuck it, we're drinking tonight. Like, if you got drinks, like, we're just gonna do some tank operations drunk." And I was like, "Okay." And I've rewatched the footage once or twice. I just kind of go quiet. Like, I don't. I just because
Yeah,
I'm not surrounded by other people.
I just stay there and do
That
something, then
I'm
get
not like
bored.
crazy. Oh, I'm a very energetic person, so it's very. I was gonna my story was, for beach week when you graduate high school
Yeah.
and you do your beach week where you go to the beach for a week with all your best buds from high
Mhm.
school. The first one we did it is when I don't handle liquor very well, specifically shots. Like not very good at all. But for some reason, my kryptonite, or I guess my opposite kryptonite, because it's the only one that I can handle, and it's very weird, and I'm about to sound like a pussy, but Fireball, for whatever reason.
I gotta admit, I don't think I've ever had Fireball.
Really, it's delicious.
I've had
It's
it
delectable.
once. I've had it. Isn't it the cinnamon?
I've heard
drink?
the opposite.
It is, yeah. It's cinnamon whiskey. Yeah, it's
I had
many
it
people think
once
it's
and
disgusting. Many
it's
people think it's a
disgusting.
pussy drink. Yeah, it's a very
just
young
like my
person
good
drink.
old
It's very
beer.
much
I
like
just
past
like
the
my
age of
beer.
22, you're supposed to hate it. I agree. I mean, but if you're gonna
When
have a
I-
liquor, for some reason, Fireball is the only one that does me good. And so we knew that.
When I started drinking, I was only drinking spirits from the bottle.
Oof. That
Yeah, I
doesn't sound
mean,
like the right
I
way to get
tanked it.
started. I guess, yeah.
Oh
I guess.
no, that's how I got started. But honestly, like, I don't know if I should tell the story today. I feel like it's still early in the podcast for all my reputation to be destroyed.
Bro,
I mean, I'm
just-
already literally incriminating myself. So I mean,
Yeah,
I'm
and
the one
well,
that's gonna have to
I-
suffer this
There was
episode.
a couple
just in
felonies
this
in there. They haven't
podcast,
found me yet.
just in this podcast, I've said I am a pussy, and that I just cannot
Mhm.
handle drink, and I become gay when I drink.
Nobody forced you to do that.
Yeah, this is the real. This is the podcast where we really like show our
Our
lesser
true
side.
colors.
Our true colors, yeah. Yeah. I'm a drunk. Paul is gay. What are we going to find out about you,
Well,
Felix?
let's just say,
Felix is a fucking drunk.
if I had to cut it short, I was really good at tanking liquor. I was really capable of it.
Nice.
But on one fateful night, 750 milliliters of rum later.
Wow.
Yeah, the whole thing.
What
And-
percentage? What percent?
Fine, I'll fucking tell the story. All right,
Yeah,
settle
tell the
down,
fucking
children.
All
story.
he asked is what
Tell-
percent.
Fine.
Because it's important, because it can be 750 milliliters of 5%. Or it can be what the actual percentage was. And I know exactly what it was.
I think I'm not even sure. We're going to start from the get-go, but to cut it short, it's my sister's 18th birthday.
Quite the occasion.
Quite the occasion, and I decided it was tonight I'm gonna go hard, because I've only been drunk like maybe 3 times or 4 in my life, but
To this day?
What?
To this day? Like
To this
still?
day, yeah.
Whoa.
That's
And it's
surprising.
because
that's lower than I
essentially,
thought.
Good for
yeah,
you, honestly.
no, like I really don't like proper get wasted often, but my thing is that when I get wasted, I fucking send it.
Yeah.
No restriction.
Yep.
Yeah. Like there was one
I'm kinda
time
that way,
where
too.
I ended up laying on the road in front of me, the street. It was kind of warm. It was nice. But that one time was like the one time too much.
Yeah.
And so it's my sister's 18th birthday. And, as I'm probably going to get drunk, I share that with like his friends and stuff and her friends. And there's this guy who has like, he brought this 750 milliliter bottle of Havana Club rum, like 43%, I think.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he was like, yeah, you can pretty much have some. So like at first we share a drink and stuff. He has like
Have
maybe
some.
one or two shots, and then he says, you can have the bottle. I was like, really? He's like, yeah. Are you sure? He's like, yeah.
When
I
a man
don't
hands
think-
you a bottle, you don't turn it down.
Look, I don't think he expected what would happen. So I just kind of started
The
drinking.
consequences.
Yeah.
Some
first it
people
was
only
shots,
want to
but
see
I
the world
remember-
burn.
Deeper in the night, it was not shots anymore. I had like actual glasses, like I think like maybe 6 times a shot. And I was like not fully downing it at once, but
Ouch.
like I was just like it was like a glass of water. I would pick it up, give it a good swig, put it down, and yeah.
Man.
And I remember at some point, one of my sister's friends saw me with a bottle. Was like, "Are you gonna be all right?" He was like, "Yeah, I usually tank it well." And to my credit, that was true. Before that, like I was good at handling strong liquor. So I keep on going, and eventually we're in the garage, and they're playing like beer pong or something, and I'm on my chair, and I'm having the highest buzz of my entire life. The whole thing it felt like my head was doing like 360s.
Yeah.
Since of how wavy it was. And I'm just sitting here. I think my sister sees me dead in my chair, just like, yeah, just like smiling. He's like, yay, having a party. I was like, yeah. And eventually, at some point, I don't think my mind knew, but I think my body knew. I stood up, and like, you stand up, and he's just like,
Yeah, everything changes.
everything
When you stand
changes.
up.
It's like
And I don't
when
even-
you're sitting, you think, and when you
Yeah.
stand up, you know. you
Yeah.
know it's gonna happen.
It's funny, but the worst thing is I don't even think I stood up. The standing up was the catalyst. I think my body just knew it's time to go somewhere quiet.
Yeah.
So I walked out of the garage into like we stole a trailer for a boat next to the garage.
I know exactly where
And-
this is going.
None of this is like sentient. My body is doing it on its own.
Yeah.
And I just lay down in the grass underneath the trailer, sit there. And it takes a short bit before all the rum and all the other snacks come out. They start
Ugh.
coming out. And it's just coming nonstop. And honestly, I think I tried to stand up and I couldn't. I was just there on the floor, whether I liked it or not. And from what my sister told me, she eventually she doesn't smoke, but some of her friends do, and they went for a joint outside, and apparently they heard a few strange hurling noises coming from the bushes, and they came and they found me there, just completely dead. And and then in drunk time, time passes. I don't know. I'm just sitting there, I have to accept my fate, but I'm too drunk to even think. And I just heard I've heard footsteps. My dad coming in is like, "Hey, you all right? Come on, it's kind of getting late. You should go." And I remember he picked me up by the shoulder, and we have a gravel driveway.
I just imagine the scene.
He tried his best to walk me from the garage to the house, and I think I fell in his arms and fell into the gravel. And then this is all witness testimony. I got drunk enough to have forgotten some bits.
Yeah.
But I think he stood there, looked at me, and realized that there was no way he was climbing me up the stairs to my bed, because those stairs that twist around. You constantly turn. I don't know how you call them in English.
Yeah, spiral staircases.
Yeah, spiral. That makes sense. So he had to make me climb that, and I think he understood that was not going to happen.
Yeah.
So
definitely
he
not.
pulled me behind the house and laid me in the grass, and he brought me a towel or two, and I spent the complete night there, vomiting, puking, even when it was empty. And I think at some point I was starting to regain my spirits and thinking I was gonna end up like Angus Young of AC/DC, just puking, drowning in it. But yeah, and I think eventually I blacked out for the whole night. For a bit of a night, I opened my eyes. I saw the sun starting to raise, and for the first time under my own propulsion, I stood up. And and I managed to
I'm so proud.
It's just the Pacific Rim theme song that just starts playing.
Yeah. I pathetically stumbled my way, would fail a driver's a
Drunk
police test of walk
sobriety,
in a straight
field
line.
sobriety test.
Yeah, field sobriety. And I managed to climb the stairs and get into my room and get some better sleep. And the entire next day was spent in front of a can puking, even when my stomach was empty. I missed it's funny because it was Saturday and Sunday was all the fun activities, and I missed all of them.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, fair enough.
Oh damn.
And according to witness testimony, that I've had learned afterwards that all the friends my sister had over, they had tents behind the house. About a solid maybe 7 meters away from me, so they had to endure me the whole night, including that girl to which I told yeah, I can take it, I handle my liquor. She was in there. I've never spoken to any of them, and they probably forgot, because still.
They're probably dead in forget.
You hate to see that guy go down.
They probably hey, remember that time? And that's all. I don't think they, whatever. I'm glad to be part of their memory. I showed them how it was done. And ever since,
I showed those whippersnappers how to do it.
And ever
those
since,
youngins.
Any liquor, I don't puke out of it, but even so much as getting a taste or a sip, and I'm gonna no, it's not good. I can't do this. So I've stuck to beer ever since.
But
honestly, beer is just
that needs some attention.
What?
I do have some bottles of spirits that could use some attention, maybe one day. But for now, I don't have an excuse to do it.
But yeah,
let's do it tonight. Let's go.
I'm working tomorrow.
No. Yeah, I forgot it was Thursday. You're right. No, not today.
Well, if
tomorrow.
You want to have a pint tomorrow, I'm all for it. But
no,
honestly,
I've got I'm having my late birthday party on Saturday.
Hey,
I'm gonna have a bunch of friends over on Saturday. Oh, hooray!
Hey, it's his birthday. It was.
I never mentioned it. It's not. It's actually
birthday
11 days after my birthday. Josh!
If I knew your actual name, I would have sent you that video.
Oh, thanks.
Seriously, the second I've heard it was your birthday, I was like, all right, what's his name again? Oh,
yeah,
I can't send him.
I can't wait to. I've already planned this out. I'm gonna tell you guys my real name when I go to Canada. Before then, nope,
That's
that's not
fucking.
That's
happening.
cool.
That's
For
fucking
now,
weird.
you're only
I'm gonna.
puppet to
I'm
I'm
me.
gonna.
literally no. I'm gonna open. I'm gonna show up at whatever apartment you're at. And I'm gonna knock on the door. You're gonna open it. I'm gonna go hi, and I'm gonna put out my hand. And I'm
I
gonna
was
say,
just planning to pick you up from the airport.
I'm blank. Oh, okay. Well, then in that case, then you'll show up, and I'll get in your car, and I'll hold out my hand, and I'll go hi. I'm blank. Nice to meet you. Shake, and then we can do that.
No, you said it wasn't Ryan.
Well,
I do look like a
Lord
Ryan, don't I?
Tanker Tank.
Lord
I mean,
Tanker Tank. My name is actually Erwin Rommel, believe it or not.
My name is
You
Bernard
actually-
Montgomery.
Bernard Montgomery. My name is
You
actually
actually are.
Adolf.
You're actually Blade's little weaker brother, butter knife.
the Rock's weaker brother, the Pebble.
My name is the Pebble, actually. Quite, to be quite frank
But
with you.
still, I still know you as Boppet. Under
Thank you.
this
Yeah,
wonderful
Boppet is
chat
actually
room.
that's my preferred
Pronoun.
nickname, my going name. I think to this day I'm
Hey,
still worried
Bob.
that one of my personal friends who is mod on the Edit 320 Discord is going to drop my name at some point by accident. I tried to tell him not
That's
to.
going to be an L. He doesn't want to take an L. The
Yeah.
rules are strict.
There was
So-
also a moment before the Five Nights at Freddy's 2 stream where my sister, because my sister is also like me. My sister and I are very similar, especially in terms of our sense of humor. Like we both laugh at the exact same shit. We do bits with each other back and forth constantly. So the whole Five Nights at Freddy's memes and like growing up with FNAF, she loved that too. So she was like, "I want to be there for your FNAF 2 stream," but sadly it ended up on. I think she went out with a bunch of friends that night, so she couldn't do it. But I was like, "Oh shit! If she's on the stream, there's no way I can train her to call me Edda for like before the stream." And there's no way she'll stick to it. So I was like, "Uh-oh, like if she ends up on that stream, this might be the end of the facade."
You guys are really lucky to have very good relationships with your siblings. 'Cause,
Yeah, apparently, yeah, I've heard that a lot. That it doesn't happen very much.
I mean,
It's been a growing one. Like when we were young, it was war, but now we're chill. You know.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
I was such a bitch. Specifically me, I was a fucking twat in middle school. I was the worst fucking kid in middle school, dude. I hated everybody. I hated my parents. I hated my brother. Like literally, my brother would just walk into my room and be like, "Hey, what game are you playing?" I'd be like, "Get out of my room! I fucking hate you. What are you doing here? Get out!" Like I hated my brother, and I don't know why.
I kind of felt bad
I
because
was
that
such a
was
bitch.
kind of the relationship I had with my brother at one point. Because like, even today, him and I like, we can be the same room. We can have like a weekend together, but like, past a weekend, man, fuck me. Love you,
Yeah,
brother,
no.
but like,
You
fuck off.
couldn't live with him like I do,
Just
because
go
I live with both my siblings. My brother
Yeah.
and sister are my roommates. We all live together here in our apartment.
Oh man.
I'm sure for a lot of
I-
families
I-
that
I-
would not work out.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
that's
can
just be a
tell
nightmare
you.
for some people.
Am I being targeted right there?
Oh, if you feel like it.
Oh no, like I love my brother because he's my fucking brother. But like,
Yeah,
bro,
I think it had a lot to do. I think it had a lot to do with what my parents instilled in it. My mom specifically was very good about instilling in us that like the sense of and knowing what I know now about a lot of our family history, I can see why she hit this so hard on the head. But she would always tell us, "You three are more closely related to each other by blood than you are to me and your father. Like because you are all, cut from the same cloth, so to speak. You three
Yeah.
are more genetically connected than you are to us as parents." And for some reason that always stuck with us. And it was my mom was very, very good at, even when we hated each other, she was always great at being like, "You hate each other now, but if you continue to hate each other later in life, like it will rip things
I've
apart."
had the same speech
It's,
given to me. Like honestly, I just don't want to put the like a bad image. I love my brother. Okay.
No, of course, yeah.
He's
And I'm
my
sure
brother.
I'm sure there are plenty of families who do genuinely hate each other. Like I'm sure
Oh yeah, well
in
of
the grand
course.
scale
I mean,
you are
it's-
still
it's-
in the good
some
graces.
people have actual reason to hate their parents and everything. But like
Yeah.
my brother and I are so different. It's complicated. It might have been with like the education that we receive. Like it's a long story, but like
Mhm.
him and I are very very different. I'm more of the more calm and restrained one. He's more like hot-headed and let's get into it. Like, what could possibly go wrong? Spend money here, spend money there. And I'm like, at one point, I was a big spender of money, especially especially for scale models. I would buy the fucking scale model every fucking week for 50. Not as much. Not as much. Okay.
No, you still are.
No, you're a motherfucker. Anyway.
If you could, you would.
If I could, I would. But I'm being. Well, of course. If I could, I would buy a real Sherman.
Yeah.
Like, of course I would. That's the thing.
If I was a rich girl.
Like, if I had the money for it.
Brother,
but when will it be enough, Nomad? When will it be enough to quench your hunger? To satisfy your thirst?
Well, if you can buy me the 135th scale Tamiya Dragon Wagon that's been looking at me for the past 2 years.
I intend on buying him that for his birthday, so he
I don't know how to train dragons
forever.
I fucking hate you for that.
I need to watch the movie.
Because Felix and I have that very fun thing about our relationship is that every Christmas and every birthday we buy something for one another. Like, he buys me one thing, now I feel bad because now I need to buy him something. And he knows that.
He buys it out of guilt.
Like, no, don't give me anything. I don't want anything. Your presence is good enough for me. Like, I just want my bros a beer and fucking...
I bought him a scale model Messerschmitt 109 once. He hasn't finished it yet.
Oh,
it's
I'm very much the same way. I'm the same way.
Done.
I'm horrible with gifts. I'm really bad at getting stuff for people for birthdays and Christmas. But I have one friend who's always like, "We should get each other stuff for Christmas," and I'm just like, "Oh, I love you and I would like to, but also, there's no fucking way I even know what you even want."
Yeah. Well, the trick when you don't know what you want, it's something I do with my sister. We buy each other meme gifts, like memes. She bought me
buy each other
a stuffed toy of a fish.
Oh, gifts. Yeah. Oh, okay, I thought you meant gifts. As
sorry,
in,
it's the accent.
Yeah.
Like I bought her once an oven mitt, except it's the head of a moose.
That's the most Canadian thing I've ever seen.
It's absolutely stupid. It's a meme, but she was,
awesome.
She was moving to her own place and stuff, and it's a meme. And she bought me a meme too. I've got a stuffed fish, as I just said, just there next to my bed.
Mm-hmm.
I remember.
I wanted to buy my friend a mug of an anime character he really likes. I think that would be funny. Him and I buy each other a lot of joke gifts a lot.
Like I remember, it was my brother's 19 now, but his first Christmas when he was 18. I made a ton of gifts and I didn't know what I was getting to. I didn't know what to get to him for him. So what I did is took a bottle of beer, put it into a vacuum machine box.
As you do.
Grab the thing and just give him a vacuum machine box. Open it oh shit, it's a fucking vacuum machine. What the fuck do you want me to do with this? And there was a bottle of beer in it. That was the old joke. I had no idea what to get him.
That's cool. Well, the drinking age is 18 in Canada, right?
Yes.
Yeah, it's 18.
Yeah.
Well, in Quebec, Quebec it's 18. In Ontario and the rest of Canada, it's 19, if I recall correctly.
Boo, boo, boo,
boo.
Actually.
Still better than America. I'm still down by 1 year.
Well, when you come over, you won't.
Yeah, when I come over, I won't. I'll be able to hit my first. My dad will probably be upset that I'm going to be able to hit my first bar with you in Canada.
The first legal beer? No, we're not going to a bar. We're going to a pub. Beer.
No, we're going to your background and your backyard, and we're just sinking
I'm not gonna have a backyard. I'm moving out. I'm literally moving out. I'm not. Well, I'm gonna have I'm gonna have a balcony, but yeah.
Balcon these nuts.
Hey.
God damn it!
Got him. He had to have seen that coming. There's no way. No, yeah, I'm glad that hopefully we can sit around a nice bonfire in the middle of the freezing cold, and just drink beers till
July.
In July.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that. I forgot it was
not summer. Fucking Kujiwak, man. Holy shit! It's probably gonna be 30 degrees Celsius. Or what we can do is have a cold one with a fishing rod, a worm, and a hook. That's
Hold on. I have to go to my Fahrenheit to Celsius translator.
30 degrees Celsius is pretty hot.
30
It's
degrees Celsius is it's kind of freaking hot today. Like really.
86 Fahrenheit. Ah, damn. I fucking hate that. Yeah. It really gets that hot up there in
oh yeah,
Canada.
easily.
Believe it or
Damn.
not, we get
Global
warm.
warming's a bitch. Fuck that
Yeah,
shit.
there once was a time when there was never any summer in Canada.
Oh man, I would have loved to live in that kind of
We
day.
used to
To
call
me,
it
like
the Great Depression.
oh, okay. Well, maybe not.
Honestly,
I
like,
love the cold so much. I get so much from it from my
yeah, the thing
coworkers
is
because
that
for some reason I'm the only guy on earth who does. But I
like
love the cold.
past like the first week of January, snow can fuck off. Honestly.
No, maybe the whole month.
No, dude, I wish it was cold all year round, man. Autumn and winter are easily my favorite seasons.
I love
Easily.
spring. Spring is my favorite season.
No. Fuck
Yeah.
flowers, dude. Them shit's stupid. Them shits get pollen everywhere. And I go, "Achoo!"
Allergies.
Fuck that
Allergies are the
shit.
best. Yeah.
And fuck the heat. Literally fuck the heat. I hate the heat. I wish it was global cooling and not global warming so I could get colder. Fuck the heat. I literally hate it. I would much rather freeze to death. I would much rather be shivering my ass off than sweating my ass off. 100%. 100%. I take that trade any day of the week.
I mean, it depends.
I remember a movie
No, it
set in
doesn't. I love
Nevada.
cold.
You guys have, I don't know if you guys have seen it. I forgot its name, but it's essentially about like this boy leading like a really rich guy hunting in the Nevada desert, and the rich guy by accident kills somebody.
Huh?
So
Got him.
yeah,
360
there's
no
like a
scopes.
dude who's like lives in the desert or some shit,
I
and
like cold.
he sees like, and the rich guy he has like a scout, a Steyr scout, and he sees movement. He immediately like points and shoots, but he shoots the guy accidentally. And when the guy says we got to report it to the authorities, rich guy decides he's not going to do that. So
Oh.
he takes his clothes, except his briefs, and kicks him out in the desert to die of heat.
Oh shit.
And the whole thing is like
Damn.
the guy's a guide, so he knows every like secret everywhere that's like hidden. But the
And he
dude's also trailing
survives.
him. Yeah, rich guy has like a
Whoa.
Mercedes 6x6 G-Wagon or something, and a Scout. But he doesn't want to put bullets in the kid because that's murder. So he tries to
Wouldn't want
force
that.
him. Yeah, wouldn't want that. So he tries to get him to die of like heat. It's a good movie.
Damn.
I
Huh.
enjoyed it.
That made me think of the I had a you
And
when
really,
you were
I-
describing that movie at first, you had me thinking of a different movie called I think Prey. Yeah, this movie I was just googling it. Yeah, there's a movie called Prey. And if I recall correctly, so the whole plot of the movie is it's like this family or like all these people that are on like a safari tour, right? And they're in like their
Mhm.
Jeep. And while
I think
they're
you're
out
thinking
there,
of Jurassic Park, but you know.
no, not quite. No, it's this family and they're in a Jeep and they're on like a safari tour like out in Africa. And at one point, like little Timmy, little kid has to go pee. And so the guide is like, all right, we'll stop the Jeep here and I'll grab my shotgun and you can go piss out in Africa. And then they walk far away from the Jeep and then they get attacked by a lion and the tour guide dies. He gets eaten to death by the lion and the kid runs back to the Jeep. And then like for the whole rest of the movie is them stuck in the Jeep because the tour guide has keys on him and it's just them stuck in that Jeep while there's just a lion out there. And it's like they can't get out because if they get out, the lion will eat them immediately. So it's basically just them just like trapped inside the Jeep the entire movie. I think they die of hunger at the end. I can't remember. I think it was based on a different movie that was the same plot, except it was like two guys who were stuck in an SUV and there was like a rabid bulldog outside. And so the same concept of like you can't get out the car or else you'll get eaten or killed. But it was a very scary movie when I saw it. Like I was a little kid, and once I saw that movie, there was like this irrational fear that at any moment a lion would jump through the window of my house and eat me. That movie freaked me the fuck out.
I've had some like yeah. And I was just saying
That would
the
be
whole
so
thing
scary
just,
though.
Yeah, or just dying. I made the whole parallel at first to talk about dying of heat stroke and stuff.
Yeah.
It's terrifying. Like in the movie, I quote, you see eventually his skin turn like lobster red as he's walking in the desert. The whole thing sounds scary, but I mean, I discovered that it really wasn't that big of a deal when we walked in the desert from our wrecked T-72, and we turned out to be completely fine. Maybe it's iguanas.
Yeah. I mean,
Iguanas
I didn't
give
hear a
you
word that you just said.
superpower.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm fading out of. I'm fading fast. I
Well,
didn't
you
hear
just
a
have to
word
get
that
a
you just
suit
said.
instead of going to the pet shop, but
I already tried. I mean, I get Pet Stop, maybe not the best place to go, but I already tried orphanage. I tried a homeless shelter. I tried everywhere.
have
I
you
tried a
tried a
homeless
grocery
shelter, and they
store?
had all this disgusting soup shit, but the people there were not tasty, so I left.
Have you tried a grocery store, though?
A what?
A grocery store?
Yeah, they're great. I used
Man,
to work
fuck
for
Man,
them.
outta
I've got
here.
a lot of stuff
Fuck
to
out
tell.
of here with that shit.
Yeah.
They're just
How much money
myths.
did you steal
They're
from
just
from?
legends.
They don't exist. I refuse to believe it. They're only myth. They're only legend.
I don't know, like
I've heard
I
tell.
I found some change, some good money, but I also saw a complete list of models to buy. Seriously,
Oh,
I think he likes models.
I do like models.
No, not you, stupid.
Neuron activation
Anyways,
models.
who?
oh my
What?
God. The embassy's still on hold. Hang on, actually,
You've been on hold this whole time?
wait, no, actually, they hung up. I've been
Ah,
holding this
god
phone
damn
there.
Yeah, I
don't
was
get it,
wondering
man.
why this phone was suddenly going beep.
it.
I thought maybe
don't-
like that was the song and the hold had changed, but
Yeah.
now they just the embassy
Seriously,
hung
can we talk
hung
about
up on
that?
you.
Can we I found the card, like the calling card. Look, I'm gonna canonically pull it out and show it to you. It's got
Yeah, I
the
see that. It's
embassy.
even got a watermark.
It's got the Embassy of Pleasure with photos of naked women on it. I tried to call the embassy and
And
they're
before
not
Master
answering.
Chief just
They weren't
pulls up
there.
at this point, there's gonna be fucking
Seriously.
Master.
Yeah, that's the only way. That's the only way we're gonna be able to get out of here is if literal Master Chief or Jason Bourne, Jack Ryan. Jack Ryan is our only hope.
Or maybe it'll be the
Oh,
next
we didn't get to
guest.
talk about
Who
the Halo
knows?
TV show today. Oh, there's so many things
We're
we
not
didn't get to
talking
talk
about
about
the
today.
Halo. It's been long enough.
So many topics left uncovered.
So
Well,
many.
maybe we'll find it within us to talk to the voices in our head again another
But
time.
for now, I
Yeah.
do believe it is time to end. So
Yeah, you guys
Alright.
did a
thank you
good
for
one.
keeping up with our bullshit even more, viewers, voices in our head. I don't know if this is good or not yet. But
Remember,
it's gotta be good. I
every-
see no dislike and only likes.
I've never seen this. I don't see any dislikes. They must be
Yeah,
good.
it's
The
great.
videos
Susan
have to be good.
Wojciechowski loves us.
Yes. Comment down below. This
Susan
video was
Wojciechowski.
awesome.
Fucking
Susan Wojciechowski, if you made
If
this far,
you
make sure
made
to
it-
subscribe, like, and comment.
If
And
you
make
made
sure
it
to
all the way
slap Chris
here-
Rock in the face.
Oh,
If
god
you made
damn
it all the way here, please comment Susan Wojcicki dies of heat stroke.
No,
It's
Susan
gonna be
Wojciechowski. It's Susan Wojciechowski.
Comment Mike Wazowski died of heat
Mike-
stroke canonically in the third movie. Comment that down
Comment
below, and we'll
Mike
know that you made it
Wazowski
all the
tried
way.
to scare the Egyptian kid and died of heat stroke.
I feel like that would be a hetero snake pitch or something.
Nah, it's got to be more tragic for a feral. He'd get fired.
Wait, no, we're keeping the podcast going. We can't.
Yeah, we're keeping.
we
We're
can't do
getting.
that. We're getting sidetracked.
We're getting sidetracked, baby. All right, it's time to end. I'm
Yeah.
gonna officially say goodbye now. And after
Bye-bye.
this, it's gonna fade to
I'm gonna
the,
slit my own throat so I
Scrub
physically
Right
can't talk
Street.
anymore.
The Scrub Right Street is coming. This.